Only Rasta fear the people, over hills and valleys too. What can go? After September 3rd, only one Crawford. After September 3rd, only one Crawford. Only Rasta free the people. Are you ready?
Respect to all who ain't your glass.
Damion Crawford.
Love the youths in a hide and tan. Believe I heard them one. Respect to all who sell bad truths. Who sell it for help them youth. I believe I help them got you. Hear me no fronts. Man I suffer too long. Yeah, man I suffer too long. Living a dig it too long. Man I suffer too.
Yeah. Respect. One. Hold on. So all the evil that means me harm, go back where they came from. No demonic word profane shall prosper. And when you obey, them can't squeeze the lion paw. Yeah. Listen me now. First of all, I thank you for what you have done for us. The fact that we are almost sure of victory is because none of you surrendered when the times were low and the friends were few. We will never forget. You stood with us, you believed in us, and you positioned us in a place that all things held constant. Send the tractor, it will be a landslide come the 3rd of September. Listen to me now. Central Kingston, I am depending on you. No fumble double when it comes to the 3rd. We need McGregor. Central Kingston. Hold on, man. East Rural St Andrew, I will never forget you. And you bust me. When them said no Rasta couldn't be in a parliament, and you make me be the first man with locks to be in a parliament. Hold on. So when I hear them I say labor right of Rasta too, that are two, but trying to mix up the original.
Trying to mix up the original. Mix this. I'm gonna rush them like a pit bull. Mix with the
Hold on. Eastern St Andrew, we need you. One Patricia. And may I tell you something about one of the hardest working people I've met. May I tell you something about one of the most committed people that I've seen. One of the people that when they come over to the People's National Party, we don't feel no way. Because you cannot cause a goat we used to say move, you say me. You say Joan Gordon Webley, we need. Ready now. Northwest St. Catherine, me know now watch. Everything good. Nobody feel like we now. Monday we are going there. Me I belong to you now. But let me tell you something. My granny tell me, said donkey say the world no level. And from the time when my granny tell me, I say, why donkey? Why not cow? Why not dog? Why not fox? You know why them say donkey? Because donkey is the dumbest thing. And if donkey know, everybody should have know. But sometimes I have to remind myself, say the world no level. Because everything what the Rasta do is a problem. When Darrell Vaza play a Chichiman, them no say it is gimmicks. When Tuftana tell lie pan KD, them no say it is gimmicks. When Andrew run a whole election pan Clarks, them no say it is gimmicks. When him go take JUTC bus, them no say it is gimmicks. When him take off him shoes and walk in a river, them no say it is gimmicks. When him gonna half a tree gone give out flyer, them no say it is gimmicks. But every time I talk, them say it is gimmicks. Hold on, man. When Andrew Holness declare a place where don't have sewage open, they don't say it's gimmicks. When he cut a ribbon for the third time in 9 years, they don't say it is gimmicks. When he broke ground in St. Elizabeth for something that won't start in 2 years. But if it's one thing I know, Tutu's ribbon safe because there will be a change of government. But I saw him. I saw him the other day in half a tree. Same as give out booklet. Now let me remind you about something. I am a lecturer in marketing. Me no want go like me show off, but you see when you don't show them your pedigree, them treat you like mongrel. So me have to show them my pedigree. When me I teach marketing at UWI, Christopher I teach marketing at UWI. Christopher, if you don't want to lie, tell them so your class empty when my class full. But hold on. I see them, I give out flyer half a tree. And I put my marketing brain and I say, listen, this couldn't be nothing but political theater because they have 2 million voters and one day half a tree could not reach 2 million voters. I said, why is Andrew doing this? He must be trying to say that he is from the people and he is of the people. But when they were locking up thousands of youth in jail under state of emergency, he wasn't from the people. Hold on. Hold on. When they were saying that cook shop have to lock 6 o'clock, but big restaurant could have opened with 10, they weren't from the people. Joe Bogdanovich, big up yourself. Scatterburrell, big up yourself. But how come Sunfest could go till 7? But every round robin of a lock off till 2. They were not from the people. Well, hey, Dayton, me just see that lockdown northwest. Be ready now for the road, you know. The whole road belongs to we now, you know. When they said nothing could But listen to me. So when I see that little marketing ploy, I said to myself, yo, me I go show them see how we are on the ground. I go down there go show say yes to the youth them from back to where white cloud grass and my youth them. So when I hear Andrew Holness, I talk about him never born with gold spoon in his mouth. Me no know who him a compare himself to. Andrew, what you know about 8 people in a 1 2-bedroom? I made that. Andrew, what you know about when my mother and my father and on the door, them have curtain and a 6 hour we have to sleep on 2 divan? I made that. Dayton, where Andrew know about when you have 3 shoes and them have a name, school shoes, church shoes, and going out shoes. Are we that? So don't style Mark Golden, because we around him will defend him to the end, because we know. So Comrade Golden, when I hear Andrew, I say him never born with gold spoon in his mouth. That does not mean you should steal it.
All pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I
Voila.
from the bottom.
Voila. For this election, Andrew Holness want to tell me that 2 taxi made him a billionaire and none of we never take none of them taxi there yet. Was it a space taxi? We not talk about gimmicks. Them a talk about gimmicks. I might tell a joke, but I never tell a lie. Voila. I have a question. If you reach off a taxi, how you fight taxi, sir? Hold on. Me ask Andrew Holness a question. Because him love taught me that man. My father said the names must be named. Mr. Craveney, who has proven himself to be the cravenest of A's. I have a question. Did your taxi have to have car seat for babies? Did your taxi have to change front end parts every week because of the road infrastructure? Hold on now. Were your taxis rapists and murderers, as you have declared in defense of your own bus system? Hold on. But when I went out there with the youths, you know what I learned? I said to the youth, yo, listen, no can't bother people for wipe them glass. If them said no, leave it alone. Them say, boss, I know we know, but some of them have drugs problem. And they need the money. That's why them are going so because them have drugs problem. I said, we have to go intervene. But I tell them, listen, you know what is the difference between me and you? Little bit of luck. You see, if my father never stayed at home, if he was murdered in the streets, and if my mother couldn't stay to mind us, I would have been them on the street. So when I hear green peas, I talk about cow foot, not know about pressure, what do they know about pressure? And now I'm going to talk about the bus. Because the bus attack for itself. The last time I hear, them said the bus can't reverse. Then how come the bus can't reverse and education a reverse? In 2015, literacy in Jamaica was 84%. In 2024, it is 65%. In 2015, under the PNP, 5 subjects with maths and English was 28%. Now it is 18%. And I see them a run round now. Children know some of the busy. Them a run round with some chicken maths. Them say education has improved. I am telling you right now, and I am asking Dana Dixon to come and deny if it is true. In 2024, 5 mathematics passes was 7,817. In 2025, mathematics passes was 7,826. That means that in 1 year, 9 dege people get more than mathematics in this country. And they're running around that 9 more than 33,000 get mathematics. When I see them celebrate 9 dege people, I say them people are junk. I want to ask you a question. I want to make it wrong. We said that the first person in every family will receive a full scholarship to university. And the JLP said they can do better. And their comparison is that you will get 2 months free bus fare. Oh, then junk. Who are making rum? How can the liar Tufton, who not just start lie? Remember Tufton did tell you said $2 billion could have do Cornwall Regional, and then it turned 22 billion. A long time in my life. But we are giving you a minister that promotes healing over stealing. How you fi send a man who can't read and can't count fi come keep score? Who made the rum? Finally, they want us not to understand that they are giving $180 per child. We say $400 per child. They are giving students 130,000 students. We say 240,000 students. They have the children of the poor in a special line of segregation in school to get little chicken foot and little white rice. How is that better? Who make the rum? And Them a call Mark Golding security. A true, he must secure the money. But don't fret about the security. Fret about the judge. Cause one by one who no go into jail. One by who no go into one by you know what, chat? The last thing me I go say, cause time up. But I will be on the road. Me I come Central Kingston, me I come East Rural, me I come West Rural, me I come Eastern. Who are me? Who tell me I come? Book me round the back. Book me. They say them have a better justice minister. The only thing I hear from that justice minister, Delroy Chuck, he say we want to free up Obia. Well, Obia work, oh. When I am finished with education, the only time Jamaica will say labor is labor for learning before you grow old. Because learning is better than silver and gold. Better exists. Better is possible. And better must come. Power to the people.
Let us hear it for Senator Damion Crawford. I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got... Hold on there. My sister